yarn too. That's another type
That is one.
yep. There is a word for that sewing that's called stitching. And then there's another art word for stitching that's called embroidery. And I want to show you, I'm an artist who works with thread and yarn and colors and shapes. And I like to make stuff with stitching or embroidery. So I brought some things to show you. This blanket is one.
You took our yarn.
I took yarn. I took,
This looks like my yarn.
what else I
Hey,
took?
this here.
I took, does anybody know what this is called?
Green.
Yeah, there's yarn, and what's this tool right here? Logan? It's a needle. Exactly. It's a needle. It's the type of needle that you can do stitching with. And when you stitch, you just come up from the bottom and go down through the top.
This line is on there.
And I heard, bring this in for a second. I heard that you've been studying plants. Mrs. B told me that in your classroom you've been studying plants. So I thought I'm going to bring them some of my artwork to show that uses stitches and is about plants. Look at this. One thing about embroidery is it's very tiny. This was all stitched with thread and little stitches, just like you just saw.
Is that my favorite color? There's the white one, and then the purple one.
I'm going to set this on the ground for you guys to
Stay
look at.
on your bottoms.
I'll
And
put
stay
one
in your
over
spots.
here.
She's going to bring
Just
them over.
look,
Scoot
you
back.
can gently touch and you can feel that it's not drawn on there. It's actually
Xavier, back
stitched
up.
on there.
And Xavier, back up.
You can look right here.
Do the best you
See?
Peyton, back up.
Maybe you can scoot it off a little bit. And Peyton,
Here's another one
to
with little
this
stitches.
way. And make a spot for Peyton right here. Okay, you have to go, I didn't say go all the way back. I didn't say go all the way back. You chose to go all the way back there. That was your choice.
Good guess though. What
That wasn't my direction. That was your choice.
it is made out of. Does it feel your clothes? And then feel this. Does it feel similar? This is made out of, yes, it's made out of cloth or fabric. Exactly. Nina, exactly. See, if you feel your clothes, like your jeans or your shirt or jacket, feel that, and then feel this. And you can see that it's made out of cloth, and you can feel these little stitches. I mean, you want to have a chance to see it?
Give it to me, Xavier. Let go. Don't put your hand on it and lay it down.
It's in my
Okay, put that down on the shoe.
Okay, so I'm going to drag these back. And thank you. Thanks, guys.
Peyton.
So this is what I think is really exciting. I'm going to teach you this week how to stitch or embroider. And also, we're going to study plants. The coolest thing is we're going to stitch plants. So that's why I brought this plant. It's going to be kind of our inspiration. We're going to get to go outside tomorrow and look at plants. And then we're going to get to draw plants. And then we're going to actually stitch plants. So,
Crisscross out the sauce on the bottom.
I'm sure you'll go outside today, like for your recess time. Yes, but tomorrow, even during this time, our time in the morning, we'll get to go out. Oh, I'm so glad. I was just saying, Mrs. B, that what's so cool is we're going to get to learn stitching, and we're going to get to learn about plants, and we're going to put them together and actually stitch plants. Thank you.
Raise your hand, Dan.
So one more thing as we're getting this plugged in, I don't know if you realize this, but all over the world, in all different countries, people have been stitching plants and flowers and leaves for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years.
They
So
did that Mexico.
in Mexico, yes.
They have a long island in Mexico.
Did you see some there? Did you see them?
Crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce on your bottom. I'm not mistaken.
Is there?
At Disney World.
You did.
I'm like moving my
All right, boys and girls, we need to have a quick discussion about how we share our ideas. So when you have an idea that you'd like to share with Miss Pam, how are you going to tell her you want to share an idea? Xavier?
You have to share someone so they can know what's your question so they can have fun.
Good, so, but how are you going to tell her? Are you just going to shout out and say, oh, I have an idea, I want to share about Mexico and plants?
No.
Ty?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand, good, Logan? You have a great idea, so you're going to raise your hand first and then say, what is your great idea, Logan?
You know what? That's such a good idea. I'm going to write it down.
Sharing my pool.
You need a black magic marker?
Sharing my
Oh, you found one.
Sharing your pool? You want to share your pool with all of us?
What?
All right, oh, Layla, I would love to hear your idea, but you didn't raise your hand first. And Xavier, did you just raise your hand? Okay, so good. We're going to raise our hands, and Miss Pam just wrote that up on the wall. What else are we going to do when somebody's sharing? How are we going to be active listeners so we can hear what our friends are sharing? Did you hear my question? How are we going to be active listeners so we can hear what our friends are sharing? Daniel, what are you going to do so you can hear your friends? Can you get a little bit louder? Are you going to be dancing like Xavier? No. Where are your eyes when our friends are talking?
Teacher.
On the person talking, right? Even if it's Rosa's talking, where are our eyes? On Rosa. Where are our mouths?
On her.
Where are our bodies? Are we dancing? No, it's not time to dance, right? Our hands are on our laps.
You have to be still.
Our eyes are on the person talking. Yes? And our mouths are shut, okay? Because we only have an hour to be here with you guys, and we don't want to waste all of our time watching our friend here dance. Right? We want to be able to get to work and do our art project, right? Okay? All right, so I hope we can keep our mouths closed, and I hope we can keep our bodies to ourselves, and I hope we can keep our hands in our laps, because we'll have time to play when we get to recess, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so our
you so
bodies
much.
are still, our mouths are closed, our eyes are on Miss Pam, because she's going to share the next thing with you, and if we have an idea, we're going to raise our hands, okay?
Can we put some pictures up there?
Do you want to do the whiteboard?
Oh, is that why?
You guys are
Wow.
You can sit right there, Jackson, where you are. Sit beside Host Well. Right there. It's cross applesauce on your bottom.
So, I wanted you to just see some pictures of
Does she have one?
plants that have been stitched.
Not enough room?
You Well, while we're figuring out how to do that, I'm going to show you what we're going to do today.
Don't touch that cord. Do not touch that cord. If you touch it again, you're going to sit right back here on the
If
floor.
everyone could put their eyes over here really quietly. Look over here. Who can raise their hand and tell me, what do you see drawn in orange here on the fabric? And what do you see? A letter B. Why is it a B?
Because it got the line and do this. Like this.
Exactly. And remember that I told you that my name is Miss Pam? So I drew a P on here because that's the first letter of my name. When we go back to our tables and you get to have one of these hoops and fabric and needle and thread, you're going to draw the first letter of your name. So Amina, what are you going to draw? And what is it for you? You're going to do an A, exactly. How about, who's over here? Who's
Sway.
Sway. What are you going to do on yours when you get one of these? First letter of your name. J. Good job. So, oh, they're up. So while I have your attention, I'm going to show you. You're going to each get a hoop and fabric and a needle and thread, and you're just going to come up from the bottom, and you're going to go down through the top. And you're just going to follow right along the line that you drew of your letter. And then the same thing, you're just going to come up from the bottom, and you're going to go down through the top.
The blue is the line.
The blue is the line, the blue is the stitch,
And the orange is the curve.
and the orange is the curve. So as I keep going, I'm just going to work slowly and gently,
You see this marker on that
and
one?
I'm just going to come right along that line and keep stitching the orange marker. So, let me, since we have our board working now,
All blue.
Samuel.
actually, everybody's looking. I want you to see one more thing. These are all the steps.
This one. Okay.